students, welcome to History lecture of Standard 7th. In this session, we are going to learn chapter number 6, Conflict with the Mughals. In our previous sessions, we have studied Shivaji Maharaj had successfully fought the Adil Shahi ruler. But for expanding the Swaraj, conflict with the Mughals was not so easy. The Mughals posed a great threat to the Swaraj, even as it began to expand. Students, we have studied about the dream of Shivaji Maharaj. His dream was to establish Swaraj, but defeating the Mughals was not so easy. As Shivaji Maharaj successfully fought the Adil Shahi rulers, similarly he faced over his threat to Mughals. He regained his forts and territories from the Mughals. He got himself crowned. We are going to study in this lesson how Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj got himself crowned. He took up a camping of the south. We shall learn about all these events in this chapter. Students, we have studied in our previous chapter while Shivaji Maharaj was trapped at Panhala, Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb, who had ascended the throne of Delhi, had sent Shaista Khan, a Mughal Sardar, to Deccan to curb the activities of Shivaji Maharaj. So let us learn about Shaista Khan's invasion. In February 1660, Shaista Khan left from Ahmednagar and entered the Pune province. On the way, he attacked the territory of the Swaraj by sending small units of his army to the neighboring areas. Shaista Khan encamped at Chakan, and during that time, the in charge of Chakan fort was Firangoji Narsala. In charge means Kiledar. He offered a strong resistance to Shaista Khan's army, but finally the Mughals captured the fort of Chakan. Shaista Khan set up his camp at Lal Mahal in Pune, where Shivaji Maharaj had lived his childhood. Shaista Khan sent his forces in the regions around Pune. These forces looted the people. 2 years passed, but he would not think of leaving Pune. Naturally, this had an adverse effect on the people's moral. People's moral means people's life. In these circumstances, Maharaj drew up a bold plan because it was necessary to teach lesson to Shaista Khan, as he was harassing the people in Pune. Shivaji Maharaj decided to raid Lal Mahal secretly under his own leadership. On 5th April 1663, Maharaj raided Lal Mahal at night with a select band of soldiers. In this raid, Shaista Khan lost his fingers. When Shivaji Maharaj entered Lal Mahal, Shaista Khan was in a very deep sleep, and as Shaista Khan realized that someone has entered in his camp, he tried to run away, he tried to escape, and as Shivaji Maharaj noticed Shaista Khan running away, Shivaji Maharaj tried to attack him. In this attack, Shaista Khan lost his fingers. Shaista Khan suffered a great humiliation. Humiliation means embarrassment. Shaista Khan left Pune and shifted his camp to Aurangabad. Due to this episode, he incurred the displeasure of Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb became very angry on Shaista Khan, and Aurangzeb transferred Shaista Khan to the province of Bengal. The successful attack on Shaista Khan had an impact on the people, and their faith in the capability of Shivaji Maharaj was strengthened even further.
The attack on Shaista Khan. When Aurangzeb heard about the slaying of Afzal Khan, he was furious and disturbed. He was sure now that Shivaji was a strong enemy of the Mughal Empire. He therefore sent for his uncle Shaiste Khan. He told Shaiste Khan, "Do whatever you can, but I want Shivaji out of my way. I will provide with as much military prowess that you need, but Shivaji must be defeated. Remember, if you cannot get rid of him, don't show me your face again." Shaiste Khan started for Pune. With him accompanied Aurangzeb's huge military forces. Countless war elephants, camels, cannons, and cavalry headed for Pune. His army looked like a huge ocean. Shaiste Khan knew that it would be impossible to fight Shivaji in the mountainous Ghats or reach his forts. Shivaji must be brought out in the open for a war so that he cannot hide and can be defeated easily. Shaiste Khan finally reached Pune and camped at the Lal Mahal. He took over Lal Mahal. Shivaji's marvelers were unable to do anything. Shivaji was disturbed. He had to get rid of Shaiste Khan, but he knew he could not win in an open battle against the forces of Aurangzeb. He suddenly had a bold plan. He went to Jijamata for her advice. Jijamata learnt of Shivaji's plan and took a deep breath. She asked him, "Do you realize how risky your plan is? You could lose your life if you fail." "Ma Sahib, when I have yours and Goddess Bhavani's blessings with me, nobody will be able to defeat me." Jijamata nodded. There, Shaiste Khan had placed his soldiers all over Pune. Nobody could come inside the town or go out unnoticed. Shivaji sent a message to Shaiste Khan's general asking him permission for the marriage procession of one of his marvelous soldiers. It was late evening when the marriage procession entered the town limits. The bridegroom rode a horse and his face was covered with flowers. Musicians were playing and were heading the procession. Shivaji and his marvelous soldiers walked in unnoticed amidst the procession. Each one was disguised, so the Mughal soldiers could not recognize them. A huge crowd of people gathered to watch the passing procession. The bride and the bridegroom were welcomed inside the house. Once inside the house, the crowd quickly split. In the dark corners of the house, they all took off the disguises. Each of them drew out their swords and got ready for the attack. Quietly, Shivaji instructed his marvelers as he knew every corner of Lal Mahal. Shivaji climbed inside Lal Mahal. Then they all reached near Shaiste Khan's bedroom. The Khan was snoring away to glory and was unaware of the fate awaiting him. Suddenly, there were noises. The Khan woke up and rushed to see what was happening. He looked out of his bedroom window and saw the Mawlas standing outside the compound. He panicked. "Ya Allah, Mawlas!" He was so scared with his thoughts that he did not notice Shivaji coming into his room. He ran to the window. Before he could jump off the window, with one blow of his sword, Shivaji cut off his fingers. Shaiste Khan jumped off and ran for his life. Shivaji growled, "I am the Shivaji that you have heard of. I give you one chance to run for your life. But remember, do not come back. The Khan fled away, and Shivaji and his Mawlas headed for the Sinhagad fort. The Khan's forces were on his tail. As they reached Divya Ghat, the Khan's soldiers saw flames in the valley. They rushed to the valley only to find that the flames were torches tied to the horns of grazing cattle. They realized that they had been tricked, but it was too late. Shivaji and his men had safely reached the Sinhagad fort by then.